This is a video walkthrough of our 2020 Coleman 2515 RL. Coming in through the front door. Let me get the bedroom door out of the way. We'll go to the bedroom in a minute anyway. There's our control panel. As most people do with trailers, they add hooks to make things a whole lot more convenient, and door stops so they don't damage the walls. All right, coming in, we've added this netting. It just kind of helps keep things back while we're traveling. It's super simple, but it's super effective as well. Simple cabinets. My wife made these organizers. They will probably go with the trailer because they were custom built for this particular cabinet. Obviously, the stuff in them will not go. Down below here is where we have the electrical panel for both 12-volt fuses and the 120-volt circuit breakers. Let me close the bathroom door so we can get this later. Okay, so this is the main living area of our trailer. It's one single slide. I don't think you can quite call that a super slide, but it is most of the distance of the living area. Gives you a nice big dinette. I'm a really large man, and I fit in this dinette pretty comfortably at 6'2" and 375 pounds. Back here is your pantry, with a couple of drawers. So there's a 3-drawer bank down here. There's a pantry. We have motion lights in here. I was checking this earlier. They're dead, but I'll show you just these little lights we got on Amazon. You can program if they come on in the dark or if they come on with motion, which is how we have them programmed. And then they just use a micro USB charger to charge them, which is what we liked about them. Is get ready for a trip, you can plug them in, and in less than half an hour, they're fully charged and ready to go. This shelf I built to kind of help us organize in here. That'll go with the trailer as well. Obviously, the rest of these containers are going to come with us. More hooks for organization. Lots of windows that are operable back here. So obviously that's a single hung slider that goes up. This is a massive slider along the rear window. When you're backing into spots, this is really where your views are at. This is fantastic. This is your emergency for the rear if you have people sleeping on the jackknife sofa or in the dinette as a bed. And that actually creates a really nice cross breeze between this window and the single hung on the other side of the jackknife sofa. Here's another thing that I added. This shelf is for actually being in camp and organizing these things. So obviously collapsible dish rack, really handy to have. This goes into the sink, and we put it in there when we travel because it's not really secure up here. But once you get to camp, there's no place to put that stuff when you're not using it. And if you want to wash fruits and vegetables or anything in this sink, you can't have the cover in place. So this little shelf, I made it as big as it would fit just above the valance there, just so we could have as much storage out of this space that we possibly could. So anyways, obviously I'm not going to take that out of the trailer either. We're going to be leaving that in when we sell it. Lots of cabinet spaces in here. It's kind of nuts how much storage is allowed in this, not allowed, but included in this trailer. There's a 3-drawer base down here, more cabinet storage under the sink. There's a surprising amount. Our spice rack, I think that's what they intended this for. But again, we put some of this netting in place. No spices have ever fallen out of that rack. We have traveled across the country twice and north to south touring California for like 5 weeks, and nothing's ever fallen out of any of these storage options that we've created. Microwave, pretty straightforward, high point microwave. One thing I do want to call out is there's this cracks in this retaining frame. There's a crack down here. There's a crack up here. Unfortunately, is out of warranty. Before I noticed it, I don't know if it happened sooner than that or not. There's no problem with the usefulness of it. It just needs to be replaced if somebody wants to. It still holds the microwave in just fine, and it's not cracked all the way through. Furrion gas stove. Pretty straightforward. It's not easy to get the temperature right on this stove. In fact, actually, this is something that we usually put up here to get it out of the way when we're cooking. So regular Furrion stove. I actually saw somebody online that had tried to cook on the gas stove with this down, and what do you know, that glass shattered. So that's how you cook on a propane stove. 3 burner. This works great. The Furrion, like I said, the stove part of it, or oven part of it rather, is difficult to maintain an easy temperature. The oven temp that you see here are, I think, what I would call best guesses. And we actually have a thermometer in one of the drawers that we, a countertop thermometer that we stick the lead into the oven, so we have a much better idea of what the temperature is like in there. But you can use it, and you can bake stuff in it. We've made cakes and brownies and stuff, and roast potatoes, roast vegetables, all that good stuff. Great two-way fridge. It's a gas electric. It's not a 12-volt compressor fridge, so this is a great option for boondocking if you're into it, because it takes very, very little power to run this, and it works really well. It's only a few years old. That ice box absolutely makes ice. We use an ice top or countertop ice maker, and then dump that ice into a Tupperware container and put it in that freezer, and it keeps it for us like the whole trip. Really enjoy it. The lighting underneath here is atrocious. That's actually the light being on, and you can't tell. So we've added these little touch lights. I found these on Amazon. They were relatively inexpensive. They do a fantastic job of lighting your surface when you're trying to cook. They're magnet on that little ball joint, and they are USB, where's my camera? There it is. USB-C rechargeable. Dead simple. Clearly they're going with a trailer, because if I try to tear that adhesive mount off, I'm going to ruin the trailer, ruin the wall. So they're going with the trailer. And I've got one there. I want to pan over here to my workstation. I have one here as well. This is just to give me some forelighting when I'm on video calls, conference calls, because I work from the road. This is my workstation. So it's a custom workstation that I built just for this space. Obviously, it folds up and folds down for travel. Works really, really well. I can't stress enough how great this little table is. I don't bring an office chair. I used to. It's really kind of a pain in the ass. So I just bring in one of my camp chairs. I have a captain-style camp chair. I slide it underneath here, and it works great for working during the day. And then I can just take that chair out at night to enjoy the campfire. So, love it. If you want to take this out, it's just a couple of screws to take it out if you want to, or these pins just slide out and you can take the table out and still have the hinges there, so you can store the table elsewhere if you want to use this as a coffee space, because this is a great place to put tea and coffee in the morning. If you're looking for a space to try to save some counter space, you just can't really have the desk there. Great storage above and below. I want to call out this, these awning style cabinet doors are, oops, let me get the camera there. They're a little pain in the ass because they don't come with this. And you can see I tried a couple different mounting points to get this to where I wanted it. But I put these in afterwards, after we bought it, because you have to hold this up with your forehead if you want to get in here and get at anything. And so that was really a game changer to make that change to this trailer. We really like having those. I've added those in the bedroom too. I'll show you those. Bathroom, really nothing to call right home about. It's got a toilet. It has a sink. It has a shower. Again, I'm a really large guy, and this little corner unit is not the most comfortable shower for me, but I can get the job done. And I actually like it more than park showers, because they're kind of a crapshoot when you think about it. What you get at the parks. So this is my shower. I get to use it. I fit in here. I get everything washed that I need to wash. And at 6'2" and extremely large, if I can do it, you probably can too. Not a lot going on in this medicine cabinet. It's pretty small, but again, for the 4 or 5 week trips that we've taken, this has actually been adequate. Not difficult at all. We've added some hooks. Actually, those hooks were factory. We added a bar. Obviously, that's going to stay. Decent windows in here. That's another emergency window like the other one. On the other side, there's a single hung slider. You can get a cross breeze. We bought some wireless fans to clip on these windows to force the cross breeze because there is no vent in the ceiling in the bedroom. And this room can get pretty stuffy. So we tend to sleep in this trailer in this very small bedroom with all the doors open so that we can get as much airflow as possible. That works the best for us, except for like when we're winter camping. And then we want to maintain as much warmth as we can. Closets are fairly simple. There's a closet pole. You can kind of see a black mass behind there. This is another custom thing that my wife built, a laundry hamper. It's just a soft cloth hamper with, I don't know, some kind of backing to give it some rigidity, but it's very collapsible. So you stuff your laundry in there at the end of the day. When it's full, you can slide your clothes out of the way and pull your hamper out. It's pretty straightforward. We've added, it's kind of hard to see here, we've added little shoe racks at the end of each one of these shelving units here by the bedside, just to try to organize your shoes. And then there's one drawer back up in there that's actually a pretty deep drawer, and it's a deep shelf space back behind. We like this. My wife's fairly claustrophobic, but she doesn't have a problem with it in this cabin. It's tight. In fact, I want to show you the foot of the bed. There's not really any room to walk around this bed. And this hanging unit, we put like our unmentionables, our underpants and socks in here. It's a great way to organize that for the trip. Have them handy. Obviously, this one would come out really easily, but I do believe it's actually going with the trailer as well. Anyways, what I was saying is there's not a lot of room for walking around this trailer. So if you're on this side of the bed, you kind of access it through the bathroom. And if you're on the other side of the bed, you go through the main door, which I will show you now. Main bedroom door, it's right there. And there's my big fatness. So on this side of the bed, same thing. We've got some shoe racks down there. Obviously my size 13 extra wide shoes barely even fit in those things. There's an electrical plug there. I can get at this side a little easier, so I'll open that up. So that drawer opens all the way up. We have some organization in there too. I wear at night a CPAP in the back corner. There is a 12-volt plug that I wired underneath this cabinet. I did that so that I could actually boondock with my CPAP. I just got a 12-volt power supply for it. Again, gas shocks on both of these. They work really, really well. And we use these soft side boxes to organize our clothes. T-shirts and shorts and jeans, all that stuff fit in here when we're not hanging it in here. And I've got some stuff that I just keep in here, a puffy coat and a Carhartt jacket. And then in the back of that also, my motion light works here. It's not dead yet. There's that laundry hamper that my wife put together for us. Those little motion lights are great. Once you get them charged up, they're fantastic for that. Okay, that's the interior of the trailer. Let's move out to the outside. There's a couple things I want to talk about out here. I'm just kind of pan down this. I know it's a really close shot. Sorry about that. Hot water heater, 6-gallon hot water heater. It's a 2-fuel, electric and gas. Works really well. When you get to camp, turn them both on, and this water gets really hot really fast. In fact, it does a pretty good job of keeping up while you're showering too. I've added this trailer hitch. I welded on some plates, some crush plates on the front and the back, so that when I bolted this on, it wouldn't crush the bumper, and add some strength to it. I also fabricated these bumper brackets and welded them onto the frame back here, as well as around the bumper itself to just to cradle the bumper, because that's your weld. And it's welded on the sides as well, but it's a pretty lightweight weld. It's rated for like 100 pounds, and I put far more than that on it with my bike rack, and my wife and I's bike are electric, and so we probably have 150 pounds of rack and bike back here, and it rides really, really well. Another bracket here. Yes, my son's in the Coast Guard, so that's what the sticker's all about. Back here is your utilities hookup. Pretty straightforward. Electric, cable television, city water, and an outside shower. Nice thing about where this outside shower is located is it adds kind of a little bit of additional privacy because it's next to this slide out. So when you're standing right here to shower, you kind of have, like I said, some level of privacy. It wouldn't take much to put a tarp around the corner of this and be completely private if you needed to shower outside, if you got really, really muddy and just wanted to strip it all down. Move around here to the side. This is the only tank position. Gray tank and black tank get pulled from the same spot. One connection. Black tank's back a little bit. The gray tank's really easy to get to. We do have a black tank flush valve, so you can hook up an extra hose and flush your black tanks. I usually do this after every camping trip. Helps to keep that tank fresh and working properly. The pass-through, I use these bins to organize. There's a lot going on back there. I'm going to probably include, this is going to sound silly, but I'm going to include this stick. I made this stick as a gauge for the slides. So when you're going to pull up someplace to camp, you can set the stick on the side of the trailer and know that you're going to make it. And I put a little line where the exact length of the trailer was. And I gave myself some cushion. So before I put the slide out, I can make sure that I've got clearance. And the big thing on clearance here, almost always, is your utility pole. That tends to get in the way when you're backing in. The other thing I added was a line on this side for the hitch, for my hitch height. So I can set this up here. That is the hitch of where my hitch is at in my truck. So I just need to raise the tongue to that line, and I know I will be high enough. So I think since that's all customized for this trailer anyways, in your truck, I guess, you have to draw another line. Let's go around to the other side. Really quick, there's 2 batteries with this trailer. There's 2 20-pound propane tanks with the cover, and there's 1 power tongue lift. All works really well. Got this cover. It'll go with the trailer as well. They're cheap anyway. I think it was $10 on Amazon, but the light lights up on the trailer, on the power tongue jack, and obviously up down works fantastically. Let's go to here. Well, the lights were on before. I left them on the last time I shot the practice video. Delightful. Yeah, don't leave those lights on if you're not hooked up to power, because you will kill your power. Anyway, this is the path-through on this side. I've got weight distribution hitch and the weight bars there. All of that's going to go with the trailer. If you buy it, we can always help you get that hitch configured to your truck. We'll just have to set it up and take it apart once or twice to get the height right. But we can help you with that if you haven't done it before. And otherwise, everything else is going to come with us. Okay, that's the whole inside and out walk around. It's a great straightforward trailer. The length on this thing is 29 foot 11 inches. Oh, the height is escaping me right now, but I don't believe it's over 11 feet. I think it's 10 foot 11 inches. And that's it. Thanks for watching.